Hello students, you are welcome again in this period of science and technology. We are studying a chapter that is the work and energy, and yesterday we studied about the various aspects related to the work. Today we are going to study the unit of work. Remember, as yesterday we saw that the work is nothing but the product of the force and displacement. So, in the SI system, the unit of force is Newton and the unit of displacement is meter. Therefore, the unit of force is Newton meter, and remember, the Newton meter is called as a joule. So, again, a question may arise in your mind that what is 1 joule? Remember, 1 joule is the force of 1 Newton which displaces an object through 1 meter in the direction of the applied force, and the amount of work done of an object, it will be 1 joule. So 1 joule is the 1 Newton into 1 meter. In the CGS system, the unit of force is dyne and that of displacement is centimeter. Therefore, the unit of work is dyne centimeter, and a dyne centimeter is called as erg. So, what is 1 erg? If a force of 1 dyne displaces an object through 1 centimeter in the direction of applied force, the amount of work done is 1 erg. So, what is 1 erg again? 1 erg is equal to 1 dyne into 1 centimeter. So, again, what is the relationship between the joule and erg? So, we know that 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to the power 5 dyne, and 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to the power 2 or 10 square centimeter. So, the work is the force into displacement. Therefore, 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton into 1 meter. Therefore, 1 joule will be 10 raised to the power 5 dyne into 10 raised to the power 2 centimeter. So, the answer will be 10 raised to the power 7 dyne centimeter. So, we can conclude that 1 joule is nothing but the 10 raised to the power 7 erg. So, this was the relationship between the joule and erg. So, the next point to study is the positive, negative and zero work. So, let us study the types of work. So, for this purpose, we are going to give some answers to the questions. The point given in your textbook is discuss the direction of force and of displacement in each of the following cases. So, we will see one by one. The first case is pushing a stalled vehicle. Here you can see in the picture a vehicle, it is pushed by a boy. So he is pushing a vehicle and the vehicle is going to get displaced. So we can conclude that the direction of applied force and the direction of displacement of car or that stalled vehicle is the same. In the second case, catching the ball which your friend has thrown towards you. Your friend is going to throw a ball towards you and you are going to catch that ball. So, the force was applied on the ball in the direction of yourself, but you are going to stop or catch that ball. That means you are going to apply the opposite force to the applied force. Then, third example, tying a stone to one end of a string and swinging it round and round by the other end of string. Here you can see in the picture a boy is swinging a stone with the help of a string. So here you are going to apply the force in one direction and that stone is going to get displaced in the perpendicular direction to the applied force. So here the direction of force and the displacement are perpendicular to each other. Then walking up and down a staircase or climbing a tree. When we walk up on a staircase, what happens? We are going to apply the force against the force of attraction which is exerted by the earth, that is nothing but the gravitational force, and When we go down on a staircase, what happens? We are going to apply the force in the direction of the gravitational force. When we climb a tree, what happens there? There also we are going to apply the force against the gravitational force. So here also the applied force is against the displacement. Then the next is the stopping a moving car by applying brakes. So remember, the brakes, they get applied to the car. The displacement of car is in one direction and applied force is in another direction. So we can conclude the different directions on the basis of the observation of those examples. So you will notice that in some of the above examples, the direction of the applied force and the displacement are the same. In some other cases, the direction of force is opposite to the direction of displacement, and in some cases they are perpendicular to each other. So remember, we can conclude the positive, negative and zero work on the basis of following important fact, that is nothing but when the force and the displacement are in the same direction, that it means the theta, it will be the 0 degree, the work done by the force is positive. It is nothing but the positive work. When the force and the displacement are in the opposite direction, that means the theta will be equal to 180 degree. The work done by the force is negative. And when the applied force, it does not cause any displacement, or when the force and the displacement are perpendicular to each other, that it means theta will be of 90 degree. So the work done by the force, it will be 0. So now we have to give answers to some important questions on the basis of the observation of this figure. You will notice that the figure, it is the figure A. So the question is, why does the cup get pulled? You must be knowing that the nut which is tied to the thread and it is suspended in air, it experiences some sort of force over the nut due to the gravitational force. That it means the gravitation is going to pull that nut in the direction of earth or the surface, and due to that the unbalanced force is applied and the cup get pulled. Then the next question is on the basis of the figure B. The question is that what is the relation between the displacement of the cup and the force applied through the ruler? That force is opposite to each other. That it means what will happen? That will be a balanced force and the ruler is going to apply some sort of force. Therefore what will happen? That nut will not get pulled toward the earth and the ruler is going to apply the force in the opposite direction. Then the third question, in figure C, why doesn't the cup get displaced? What is going to happen here? Here the mass of this nut and mass of this nut is the same. The force applied in this direction and force applied in this direction is the same, and it is the balanced force. The force is going to act opposite to each other, and therefore this nut will not get displayed. And the next question is, what is the type of work done in figure A, B and C? As we know that here in the figure number A, what will happen there? Here there is a figure number A. That force is applied, so this will be the positive work. What will happen here in the figure number B? That will be the force applied in the opposite direction, therefore negative work. And in the case of C, two equal forces, they are going to work against each other, therefore that will be the balanced force and the work done. That means there will not be displacement of the cup and the work done will be the 0. So we now conclude that what is the positive work, what is the negative work, and what is the zero work. Thank you.